In the past, lions and tigers would have appeared to look very similar. However, over time, they have become more and more different. For example, tigers now have striped fur, whereas lions have solid coloured fur. Explain why the characteristics of species change over time. For 4 marks. This question has been worded quite complicatedly, but realistically, it's just asking you to describe the process of evolution in 4 bullet points. So you can have any 4 of the following. You'll have variation or mutations in the population. So you'll have a variation in the physical characteristics of members of the population, but you'll also have variation in the genetics and the genes that members of the population have. This will result in new phenotypes, so new physical characteristics. Those physical characteristics which are best suited to the local environment will be advantageous, so it will help that individual to survive and reproduce better. This means that if they're able to survive and reproduce, survival of the fittest, they will be more likely to pass their advantageous characteristics onto their offspring when they reproduce. The offspring will inherit these advantageous characteristics, and then too will be more likely to survive and reproduce. They will survive because survival of the fittest. Over time, because the fittest members of the population keep reproducing and those that are less fit will not reproduce as often, the majority of the population will have this new characteristic or phenotype. This is how we get variation and how different species evolve from each other. So the solid coloured fur would have been advantageous to lions in a particular environment, whereas the striped fur would have been advantageous to tigers in their particular environment.